the power I, and he will be actually is like another guard in there. Really, he'll lead the play most of the time. He won't carry the ball that much because he's not on the side slot or flank where they come around with, although they always can put that in there. But basically, he's just another man blocking in there, getting to the point of attack so that Plaza, the deep back coming up strong, will be able to pick up the yardage. So you have to be a blocker in there. They say he's very strong. In the films, he looks like he's a good one.
Well, I tell you what, Brian, you know, it's the home field of Elyria. They were state champions 2 years running. Lake Catholic has come in. Ignatius knocked them out of the playoffs last year with an 8-1 record and a first-year head coach. But we've got another intangible here. It's going to be a factor, maybe. It's Friday the 13th. What do you think?
Well, Friday the 13th, I'm sure neither coach has mentioned it to their ball club at this point. The student body might have talked about it a little bit. But for these two football powers, they just want to see what the rest of their season holds. This is a big ball game, but the way the schedule goes for both ball clubs, they just play some pretty good teams all the way down the line. Coach John Gibbons, they go against St. Edwards next week. So they really need this one, and I'm sure they're both out there. They're just thankful that it's not as warm as it was last week.
The weather, it's perfect. And Brian and I will be back with the kickoff between the Cougars and the Panthers right after this.
I'm Jeffrey Lyons, co-host of Sneak Previews, your weekly guide to the new movies in town.
And I'm Michael Medved. Next time we'll look at Agnes of God, starring Anne Bancroft and Jane Fonda, and Insignificance, an offbeat fantasy about Marilyn Monroe meeting Albert Einstein.
So believe it or not, join us for these movies and more on the next Sneak Previews.
Tomorrow evening at 7. I'm Jim Neff. Join me behind the scenes for an inside look at Cleveland on the premiere of City Beat. We take a look at the closing of Cleveland's last Sears stores, talk to those involved, sift through the records, and find out why it happened. And on the lighter side, we take a look at a Cleveland cop who's also a comedian. City Beat on WBIZ. WVIZ, TV 25, Cleveland.
And welcome back to the Knights of Columbus field and a beautiful evening. It's about 58 degrees out there. Let's get quickly the introductions of Elyria Catholic. They won the toss. They're going to receive offensively. They're led by Gary Plas and Tom Solak, who played last year's state championship teams, and are joined by sophomore Gary Hodge and Dave Kroll will be a quarterback. And a good offensive line. They have two starters back, and they're big, and they are quick. Defensively, for Elyria Catholic, we've got the three down linemen. It's going to be a 3-4 with Greg Decker, the nose tackle, and he's the man leading the charge. Big and quick lines. We've got Brian Procassini and Sustasek. But let's get to the kickoff. Again, the toss was won by Elyria Catholic. They've elected to receive, and Lake Catholic will be defending the north goal. And north is to your right, and this game is underway. Bigovic gets the kick away. That is Hodge, and he gets to about the 26. Again, Crow will be at quarterback. He's got big linemen up front, especially Robolinski and Carmen, number 64 and 63 for Elyria Catholic on the right side. The guards and tackle, they are big. Amoki up in the snapping the ball. Plow, the fullback. There's that stacked eye. They give it to the tailback. This is Corey Hodge. And a big hole opens up, and Hodge gets all the way to the 33.
You start the game here with a tailback taking up to the right side and going out right here. It looks like some room, but just as he starts to get it, coming back from behind, good tackle.
Drag handoff fullback. He gets close to the 35, maybe the 36, where Milot, along with Bala, defensively for Lake Catholic, bring him down. Well short of a first down. It's going to bring up a third and let's call it about a yard. Again, that stacked eye. You see the up man is to the right of the quarterback. Handoff goes to fullback Gary Blas, and he gets to the 40 and a first down. Longcar and Willoughby were there, but not soon enough. Defensively, we've got Restitar, Longcar, Bala, and Willoughby up front. The linebackers are Kapastashi, Cochran, Milot, and Aerosmith. The wideout is Ciani, and the cello are the halfbacks, and Martin. And again, big carry up front by Plaz. He goes off the right side, picks up about 3 yards, where he runs into Longcar. Minute and a half gone here in this first quarter. Kickoff taken by Elyria Catholic. And they march down the field. This goes to Hodge. He tries that left side, and the hole closes up very quickly. May have picked up a yard. Close to the 44. Good look at Dave Kroll. 4-point student at quarterback on a 4-point scale. Straight A student, a senior. 6 foot, 180 pounds. He wants to throw. Rolls out. That could have been intercepted, but boy, was he brought down by Longcar, the tackle, and Cochran, and Bala, all putting pressure on Kroll.
Mike, on this, if we get a chance to see it again now, you're going to see the left side. 51 came in. It was just a good defensive call because came in strong. Brian Cochran, number 51, to put pressure on quarterback Kroll.
Chris Yeager will be punting away, almost blocked. Good high kick, not too much distance. Fair catch being called. That was living dangerously. 35 yard line. It was Petriarca grabbed it after a 27-yard kick. So offensively, the Cougars will take over. Jim Ross will be a quarterback. We've got Greg Turk will be at fullback. Menke will be at the tailback. If he places Willie Beers, Menke got his chance to play last week against McDowell, and he did such a great job. He just turned around. They're just starting him now here at the running back spot. Just a second, Guy. And on that stop, as they get to about the 38-yard line, Menke and Beers will be going in at tailback. 32 now, Kane is the flanker. You will find Lake Catholic uses at least 7 different men in the backfield in different positions. Open man, intercepted! Great play by Klingshirn. Boy, he played that beautifully. It was intended for Koynak and picked off by Klingshirn, the Panther back, and he's only a sophomore at 5'11", 165. That's his 3rd interception of the season.
3 already in just the beginning of the 3rd game. Ross now just firing it out there. A little bit of tail on it. He had a lot of zip on it, but he was right there, not a chance. The interception took place. Klingshirn, 5'11", 165 pounds with another interception.
And a 14-yard return. This one is handed off to Hodge. He picks up big yardage, gets close to the 30. Make that the 20. Solak now is in the slot to the right. And again, Gary Plas is carrier. That's his 4th carry. Picks up a couple of tough yards where he runs into Bala, who's 205 pounds. Matter of fact, both tackles defensively for Lake Catholic go 205. Bala and Longcar. Again, they're in a slot formation. Again, split his friends. And this one goes to Hodge. Puts his head down, picks up a couple of yards, but draws an awful lot of white jerseys. Greg Restitar, along with Cochran in on that stop. Restitar is down on the field. He was injured in the Ignatius game, the first game of the year, last year in '84. This is his first year back. and he's down with an injury now.
Again, they're working to the right offensive side, this time with the deep back, Corey Hodge, coming up with pretty good defense in here. I can't really see where it took place underneath, but he's underneath the pile with a lot of help from the linebackers again. Like they've been running to their offensive right, either up tackle or even in tighter than that, with Plaz carrying most of the time, that time Hodge. Although the last time that Gary Plaz carried the ball, the defense of the Cougars tightened up. Basically, they're in a 4, although they really do some switching around. They don't show exactly what they're going to be until the offensive set comes out, and they do a lot of switching, a lot of moving with linebackers, and taking that man. It looks like he's going to start at the nose guard, and he works his way off to the side, usually in the linebacking position. Elyria Catholic's had 8 tries at that line. They picked up 25 yards. Kroll had 1 pass and didn't complete it. And of course, on the other side, no stats there yet for Ross as they get ready for the measurement of the first down. And Mike, look how close that is.
Oh my. They still can't determine, apparently. Now they're stretching it out a little farther. It's going to be a matter of an inch or so short. Restatar leaves, and Joe Murray will come in to replace him. That's got to be awful disturbing to Restatar. Last year, he got injured in the first game, and he turns around, misses the whole season, comes back, 3rd game of the year, and he goes out with an injury again. So it's going to be a 4th and matter of an inch. Let's see if Kroll tries to take it or give it to Gary Plaz. Good power runner, the fullback. They'll be in their stack die again. And it's taken by the quarterback, Dave Kroll. And he gets enough for the first down. Kroll, good size, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Just 2 sport man, football and plays baseball. Matter of fact, he pitched for the Elyria Catholic team. They went down to state playoffs in baseball last year.
So there they are. We can see the officials out here. Al Schufran, the referee, Harold DeHenning, the umpire, Ed Condon, the linesman, the line judge, Dan Miller, and Frank Zeidel, the back judge.
First down for Elyria Catholic. Hodge slips 1 tackle, but gets back to about the 15. Yeah, maybe picked up a 1.5 yards. Cochran, the linebacker, right there, the senior, number 51, and Kapastashi just tripped him up, and finishing off was Cochran. So 2nd, let's call it 9. This goes to Plaz, fullback, tripped up just as he hits the line of scrimmage. The interior defensive line on that 4 is really working. Longcar doing a good job. The senior left tackle.
A little stronger in the defensive line than they looked on that first drive coming down, and much tighter now. I think they're going to have to open up a little bit, go with Hodge a little wider, or possibly put that ball in the air with quarterback Dave Kroll.
Both the ball carriers, Plaz and Hodge, each have 5 carries and are tied in yardage at 14. And wants to throw, goes Kroll on the option, cuts inside, enough for the first down as he gets close to the 15, or the 5. They'll mark it at the 6.
Well, they opened it up a little bit. This time to the quarterback. You can see the slot back going out in the block, coming down the line. I think he made up his mind early. He was going to carry that ball, just started working his way out. Good pursuit, came across and stopped him. A nice field position.
That was Mike Martin, the safety. 2-year starter for Lake Catholic. I finally brought him down in that option. Just power football, Gary Plaz. We've got 2 substitutes coming in for Lake Catholic, trying to shore up that line. It's going to be a goal line stand now.
We have a gray Leeson automobile in the parking lot. The lights are on.
Yeah, that's what they do defensively now. Much tighter, of course. They have to get in there. A little extra beef on that line right now.
And the option again by Kroll. Touchdown! Kroll just have good speed on the field like it does in the classroom. He just waltzes in, and Elyria Catholic gets on the scoreboard with 5:46 to go here in the first quarter. And the Panthers take the lead.
the companion play just coming to the other side. The guard pulling out. Rothbury, number 67, but they didn't need him. Kroll put it away, knew just where he's going, just outside that end, cutting back in. Young quarterback, senior, has a touchdown.
And the point after by Greg Kemp is good, so the lead now is 7, and it belongs to the home team, the Panthers of Elyria Catholic. Elyria Catholic has been dominating not only state football, they've won the state championship in Division III the last 2 years, but the Erie Coast Conference now is going to dissolve at the end of this year. And so Southview and Elyria West are going into that new Lorain County League we talked about with Lorain Admiral King. So that leaves Lorain Catholic and Elyria Catholic out by themselves to pick up an independent schedule. And there aren't many Division I teams that want to play them because of the playoffs. You don't get any points by defeating a Division III. And they play tough football.
They do, year after year, different cast of characters, but good football out here in Lorain County.
Getting ready to kick will be Chris Yeager. That'll be Greg Kemp. They're going to switch. Low kick, up man, picks it up. And he's not used to carrying the ball. Number 51 is Brian Cochran, the linebacker. But Lake Catholic gets good field position. They'll start this drive in the 36, the identical spot they started their last drive, and the interception started, or stopped them from moving down the field. Let's see now what the Cougars can do. Ross, the quarterback. Ross pitches back to Pierce. Good moves on the field. He had to avoid his own man. He almost ran into Petriarca, but he gets all the way to midfield. Finally, Jim Klinkshern, the Panther, had to stop him way back deep.
Just a pitch to the deep man on the I formation. It's number 24, Willie Beers, working there. Mikey in front of him. Beers coming across, reverses his field, gets that ball away. Another good tackle in there. Klinkshern, number 34, had the interception. Now is a good tackle to his credit.
And they've got two wideouts, far side of the field. Option kicked by Ross, and just finds no running room. Chris Guy, one of the captain linebackers, 3 sportman, brings down Ross. Ross, pretty good speed, about 4'7", 4'8", 6 foot, 180 pounds. Clock now showing 4:43 to go, first quarter. Elyria Catholic scored first. They're leading it now, 7-0. They got Petriarca flank far side of the field. Piers in at tailback. Menke at fullback. Piers gets the call. Got some good moves and could not get outside. What a great defensive play by the Panther back, Jim Klinkshern. Only a sophomore, 3 sportman, number 34. Looking at Willie Piers. Piers, sophomore also, 5'10", 165. He's got good speed, about 4'6". Chenille now is in at flanker. Ross finds time, going long, and it's going to be too long and out of bounds. The intended receiver was Joe Chenille, a junior, but he was well covered. Going down with him was Jeff Hoagland, who stayed behind him. And Greg Decker, the nose tackle, really though put a shot on Jim Ross after he lost the ball.
I tell you, everybody gets a chance here. Now we see Chenille and Koynock coming down the field. You can see quarterback Jim Ross trying to pick the pattern out, overthrows on the deep sideline, trying to hit the flanker back. Mike, they're using everybody those wideout positions.
It's going to be a 4th and 7 now, punting situation. Left-headed kicker, Turk gets it away. High kick, fair catch, and is hauled down by Gary Plaz. That was a 27-yarder. So the Panthers will take over from their own 21. You know, even on the sideline, the defensive team sits in the holds hands as well as they do in the huddle. They got real unity on these squads, I'll tell you. This goes to the fullback. Gary Plaz has no place to go. Bala was there. You also saw 51, Brian Cochran. That'll be a 2nd and 9.
The official called a timeout at first, Mike, and now going over to the sidelines, they want to call timeout, but it's just for a jersey change, helmet.
No, chin strap, apparently.
Chin strap, that's all. So the officials' timeout, they got it in fast enough.
Bob Franz, who caught 3 passes so far this season, averaging almost 19 yards of reception. Got good hands. 6'3", 205. Started on last year's championship team. Pitch back to Hodge. Good defensive play by the linebacker on the left side, Bob Kapistashi. Senior at 6 foot, 175. Good job. Number 44.
Pitch to the outside, but good penetration by Mike. Just mentioned the linebacker to the outside. Just didn't have a chance for a tailback. And that's 1 linebacker, 2, and I'll have 1 more, makes 3.
And they've got a 3rd and 11. Ross decides to go up the middle with his fullback, Gary Plaza, and the flag is dropped. I would assume this could be holding on offense when it's that close in the interior line.
Usually as they combine.
It is.
Against the offense.
Well, I imagine they'll refuse this because it was a 3rd and 11. That'll make it 4th and 11. And force them to punt.
Talking to Tom Milet, number 52, the captain for Lake Catholic Cougars.
By gosh, they're going to take the penalty. It's 15-yarder. They're all the way back to the 10. Close to the 11.
I have holding on green, 3rd down.
So they get another crack at it, 3rd down. So that was the holding interior is only a 10-yard penalty now. So that makes it 3rd and let's call it 21. Well, let's see if Cole wants to take to the air. They're in a power I, and encroachment's going to cost Lake Catholic 5.
Of course, from up here, we don't know what they did. Is that either anticipation or is it a little bit changing the setup or the count as Elyria Catholic came out? But they will get 5 of those back. Everybody's set. There the movement started. Couldn't quite see it. They just set back. They were set for a second, but 2 of them came off. Definitely encroachment.
Well, they put the ball now on the 20 or 16. Crow looks, goes for the short man. Good defensive play though by Bob Kapistashi, who's been on 2 big ones on this series.
Shows the action of those linebackers. He was in a minute ago in a blitz on the outside. This time he's dropping back, gets his 1 hand up, almost gets the interception of it, hits it down a 2nd time, 4th down.
So it's 4th, a punting situation. This is Chris Yeager, left-footed kicker. Go for the block. Pipiarca, and it's going to belong to Elyria Catholic. Pipiarca caught that other one in being surrounded. He just could not get the handle on it. Touches him, and jumping on it was Embo.
Only 1 man back on the punt. Patriarchia number 1 deep. It's a good high punt. See number 22 coming down. Oh, right off the fingertips. Didn't have a shot at it. Good play.
Throw again on the Opkin because of the field. He plays that Opkin beautifully. Mike Martin had to bring him down, but not until he crosses into Lake Catholic territory, and they're going to spot it at the 47. Ambrosio is the one who recovered that fumble on the punt. So a big mistake. First mistake is when Elyria Catholic intercepted a pass and went in eventually for 7. And now they've got the ball in Lake Catholic territory at the 47-yard line. 2nd down and a couple. Plaz, power up middle, Cochran right there. But not until Plaz gets a 1st down. Boy, that Plaza is powerful. 5'9", 164 pounds. He's got good speed, about 4'6". A senior.
You just know he's going to get it on that third down or any time when there's 2 or 3 yards to go on the first down situation. He still has that ability in the drive to pick up the first down.
Again, the option, and they stay home and wait. Grabbing him was Greg Arestatar, who plays the tough defensive end along with the tackle next to him, Longcar.
We can see now on this replay, it's the same kind of play they had with Dave Crow coming down the line. Penetration drove him deep, took away one of the blockers on the outside. The trailing back was covered. Quarterback didn't have a chance on the play coming across. Crow got stuffed.
No, Crow has 22 carries in 2 games. The tailback only has 24. The fullback only 32. So he runs an awful lot on that option. Gets the ball away, but was not ready. Attends it for 43, the fullback.
Like in that offensive set, they just had Plaz come out, and instead of being in the fullback slot right behind the slot back, they had him out that time to the flanker to the right side. Really just a quick spot pass trying to free him on an outside linebacker or cornerbacker, but the quarterback couldn't get the ball to his fullback.
Elyria Catholic now has a 3rd and 9. The clock showing 29 seconds to go in this first quarter. Elyria Catholic has a lead, 7-0. In motion goes Hodge. Crow looks for Hodge, stuffs it off in the flats, and 44 goes after 44. That was Capostaci who missed him, and finally Phil Ciani, the wide cornerback, had to pick him up. Clock is running with 12 seconds to go in the quarter.
Only one man back. That's Solak, number 7, to block for his quarterback. Fired out here to Corey Hodge, 44. Nice move on one place. Almost put it away for a few yards. Picked up a couple.
That takes care of the first half with the score. First quarter, Elyria Catholic 7 and Lake Catholic nothing. And we'll be back right after this.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry?
The tiger, one of nature's most awesome creations. Join Richard Widmark in the jungles of India and Nepal for an intimate look at the legendary and magnificent Bengal tiger, a survival special here on Public TV.
Tomorrow at 8.
Next time.
Ohio, look at that skyline. Looks like fall out there as we get ready to start the second quarter. Elyria Catholic has a 7-point lead. They've got the ball. It's going to be a 4th and 2 with the ball sitting on Lake Catholic's 37. Fullback will be Plaz. Hodge will be the tailback. Solak will be the up man in the stacked eye. Pitches back, loose ball, and not picked up yet. Cover it. No, he did not. He tried to get a little too greedy on that. Ciani, if he had jumped on it, they'd had great field position, but he just couldn't get the handle.
Yeah, they try the option play again. Now, the last time they stopped it to the other side, he wants to pitch. Hey, Hodge wasn't even looking for the ball till it was too late, and Phil Ciani came across. If it would have bounced to him, he'd have had 6. It didn't bounce his way. It went the other way, so they kept control of it. But still a very good defensive play in there by the Cougars.
Yeah, the coach has got something to say to him about, hey, look in that option play. So ball goes over to Lake Catholic. Great field position from Elyria Catholic's 45. Right up off the guard by Meinke, who had a great game last week against McDonald. He gets a first, or close to a first down, just maybe shy by a couple of inches near the 35.
That's nice after you get a break. You get that big mo going for you. Number 34, John Meinke. That close to the first down. We'll have to give it another try of about 3-4 inches.
I'll tell you, Meinke is 5'8", 170 pounds, a junior, and is he built. Half a yard to go, 2nd down. This one goes to Beers. Beers gets the first down. Gets inside the 25, close to the 20. Oh, is he an exciting runner. Jeff Ambrosio had to finally bring him down, along with help from Jeff Hoagland. We've got Jeff Hoagland on the right cornerback and Brad Hoagland on the left.
Coming out wide with the quarterback giving to his tailback. This time Willie Beers, 24, cutting to the outside, getting good block over there. Greg Fitzgerald, number 84.
Minute gone by here in the second quarter. Nice defensive play. Beers almost got away. Grabbing him was a nose tackle, Greg Decker, who is one tough nose guard, I'll tell you. They're looking at Willie Beers, a sophomore. Brian Kane now in as a flanker for the Cougars. He goes to the far side of the field, twin running backs. This one again goes to Willie Beers. He was stopped, but just great second effort. Jim Susicek finally brings him down, well shy of a first down. They'll spot it just inside the 15. So that'll bring up a fourth, and let's call it third. We'll call it in 3. Ross also runs the option very well. We haven't seen it yet. Petriarca now is the flanker. This one goes to Beers again. Gets to the outside. First down. And run out of bounds.
I guess he stepped out of bounds with it. I thought maybe he was going to make it right past the pylon. He was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Young man picked that leg up, moved to the outside, came down fast. Let's see how he gets out of this one. Straight play into Beers. Right here, looks like he's going to be stopped on the pile. Coming to the outside, and
Ambrosio. So it's a goal to go from about the 1. Hand this one to Beers. Touchdown! So the Cougars get on the board. 7-6 game. What will John Gibbons do? First year head coach at Lake Catholic. Spent 8 years there as an assistant. 2 or go for the point after.
Straight up, a little power, have your back go ahead of you, just need a little bit. He picked it up, 6 points on the board.
They've got Andy Lister, number 70, if they go for it. I think they changed his jersey. That is Lister. He's 2 for 3 this season. Up and good. We got all tied up with 9:33 to go here in the first half. It's all tied up at 7. Again, taking advantage of a break. Elyria Catholic did it on the pass interception, and when they got good field position, Lake Catholic went in and scored. So Bears now with 8 runs, 55 yards. He's had the runs in this drive of 13, 14, and another 14-yarder. Good running for the sophomore.
They got that ball after the outside pitch, in which they couldn't handle, but they took over on possession, and they finally got a chance to use that offense. In the first quarter, Elyria Catholic had 23 plays to Lake Catholic 6. So they just couldn't get that ball. They couldn't get anybody running. But since that time, tailback Willie Beers has taken over. John Meinke with some nice blocking. Ross on the outside plays. So their offense into high gear after that break. Boy, kids really get up, especially get fired up when they get that ball back.
Bogovic gets the play underway. It just dives. It's a hit. And this is Pinchern. Boy, does he draw a crowd. I said that it was Andy Lister kicking, but I'm not sure. It may have been Sabath, because he wears number 5, but Lister is a normal kicker, and that is Klingshern who attempt to return it, but Elyria Catholic will take over from their own 24. First down. Foe at quarterback. Foe now 1 for 4. Pitches this one back to Hodge. Oh, no place to go. Great defense on the left side of that line. Cochran, Reed, he's doing a job as a linebacker. He got some penetration and brought down Corey Hodge, a sophomore.
They haven't really been able to do much out of that tailback spot in this offense for the Elyria Catholic Panthers. Lake Catholic is really strong as a tailback. They are having some problems with Plaza up the middle, but they've really stopped Hodge in a deep position.
The 2nd and 9. They give this one to the up back. Plaza. Fullback crosses the 25. and gets close to the 27. Clock showing 8:36 to go. First half. It's all tied up at 7. It'll be a 3rd and 7 now for the Panthers, and the defense for Lake Catholic really tightening down. They give this one again to Hodge, and he crosses the 30, gets to about the 32 or 33, where Cochran again, who's playing himself a whale of a game with help from Restatar, who's back in now after that slight injury he had in the first quarter. So now it's going to be a 4th down in a punting situation. 4th and 4. Yeager. Almost blocked. And they're going to let it bounce. Patriarca wants no part of it. It'll die at the 34-yard line. So Lake Catholic will take over. Again in fair field position. That was a 34-yarder for Yeager. He's had a great game last week. He averaged something like 38 yards, close to 38 yards. But what he did is he turned around and he had a couple of 44-yarders in there with 5 punts. And he's still getting tired at the end of the game and only ended up with 34, 35-yarders. Patriarch now is at slot, far side, and split. Fitzgerald. I formation. In motion goes Beers. And it's a screen. Picking it up, Fitzgerald. He tight ropes his way and he loses it. He was stripped, but jumping on it was Patriarca. This guy tripped up Fitzgerald, but Patriarca, good job.
Nice offensive pattern. Now they threw out the 84 Fitzgerald. Remember, they had a slot back out there. Then they put a man in motion, so you've got 2 blockers out there. And they blocked, but they also were there to take care of that fumble, so they keep possession of the ball.
So 2nd and about a yard. Chenille in, Figler in. Ball goes to Meinke. He gets enough for the first down as he gets close to midfield. Jeff Hoagland there, the junior, brings him down, and the Panther back, Klingshern, is also there.
A lot of different sets to look at with a lot of different people. I get 6, 7 people are coming in with the wideouts, flankers, outside men, just moving them in and out, learning a lot of different positions. Now they come up with Patriarca and Figler on the far side.
Pitch back, this one to Beers. Look at him move, what an exciting runner. Had a good block going out in front of him. Hoagland forced him out, but here's a shot from our end zone camera.
Quick pitch to 24. Beers, the outside. 61 is out there in front, leading that way. Matola, and you can see, even though he went out of bounds, 61 threw a nice block about 5 yards down the field. Kind of helped out and let the defensive back know that he's around.
2nd and 3 now for Lake Catholic. Ross on a fake hand to play. All the time he needs, gets it away. Another interception. Pulling this one in is the captain, Chris Guy, the linebacker. Ross not having a very successful night in the air when he gets too much time. That's the 2nd interception he's thrown. The first one led to a touchdown.
He had the time that time, but if you look at the receivers downfield, I was trying to spot the development down the field, Mike, and they kind of stopped on him, and they didn't get open, and he just waited, and then when he did let go, the defense had filtered back. He just couldn't find anybody to fire that ball to.
This goes to Hodge. Oh, what a big hit put on by Mike Martin. Came up very quickly. He's the safety, and Hodge was starting to get loose, and he just put a shoulder right into him. Tom Milot was hanging on to Hodge.
Talked about going the deep back. This time the tailback slid off of the hit inside, just getting some momentum.
That's Martin.
That hit from Mike Martin.
5:33 to go in the first half, all tied up at 7. Elyria Catholic, hands off, Hodge. No, that's Plaz. Fullback. He gets close to the 40, about the 41. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 2. This is where our end zone camera is. We want to thank the Atlas Electric Construction Company for allowing us to use their man lift. And Charles R. Myers and his brother. Just super. Gives you some good replay shots. Big third down for the Panthers. Student encroachment. Yep.
Well, it will be against the D.
And that'll give Elyria Catholic a first down. You know, one thing about these two schools, I'll tell you what, Brian, you could look at both these rosters, especially on offense here, and you could get some academic All-Americans on that football field. I'll tell you, 4 points for Kroll. Good student is Hodge. Ploss is a good student. Solak. Ross, or Cole tries to throw. Oh, beautiful defense by Phil. Ciani and Mike Martin were back defending, but Ciani was able to tip it away. Nice throw, though, by David Kroll.
Nice toss now. He came out to the right, and he turns it. Now, two men are going down and across. They really, both really in the same area. Probably a little tighter than they expected. It drew a crowd in there. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted on the play. Incomplete pass.
A 2nd and 10 now for Elyria Catholic. This one goes to Gary Ploss again, fullback. Just power football straight up the middle. And Rothbury, Hamoki, and Revelinski opening up nice holes. Chris Bala, along with Rustitar, were there to close it up, but not until he picked up a couple of yards. But 3, so that makes it 3rd and 7. Clock now showing 4:20 to go. First half. Score all tied up at 7. Again, hole opens up. This one, Gary Ploss again on the carry. Rustitar again on the stop, along with Milat and Bala. So Ploss now with 12 carries. He's been the busiest ball player on the Elyria Catholic team with 32 yards. Ploss averaging last year 6 yards per carry and 10 touchdowns. So 4th down and 3. The defense for the Cougars has got to tighten up. And that, no flag, no encroachment. Lake Catholic was lucky. And this is Hodge. And he is held about 2 yards or a yard and a half shy of a first down. First hit was by Tom Milat. But Hodge, you can't bring him down. Corey, when he hits the line, he rolls off and gets to daylight. It always gives you a yard or so. So the ball turns over to Lake Catholic on downs. They start their drive now on their own 27.
I don't know what the suspense was down there. He missed it by a couple of yards. They're all looking at it like, did we make it? And I started looking at the markers thinking we were off here, but there wasn't even close. And really that time I think what they were counting on was the cadence, because there was a long count there. They were just waiting for the encroachment call, which they almost got. It didn't happen. The play wasn't there. Offense now for the Cougars coming the other way.
Well, they've got a first down in about 3:15 to go in the first half. Pitch back from Ross goes to Beers. Try and get him outside. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, broken field running, he is great. But Jim Klingshirn, the Panther back, was there to trip him up. The loss of a yard, so it'll be a 2nd and 11. This one goes off to Menke. Susserstek in on that stop. John Menke, a junior, 5'8", 170 pounds. He's averaging almost 7 yards per carry in the game he played last week on 8 carries and had a touchdown. Been able to, Lake Catholic get their first win over McDowell, Erie McDowell. He now has 3 carries and 20 yards. So a 3rd and 7 now for the Cougars. Ross on a fake pitch out, hands off, first man up, which is Menke, and he is held way shy of a first down. And their Cougars are deep in their own territory, which means they're going to have to punt away. Coming in, Greg Turk will be punting, but a timeout is called.
Call a timeout, Mike. It had to be called by Elyria Catholic because of a punt. I guess they want to decide if they're going to try to block that punt or get the timeout to stop the clock, of course, and let the punter think a little bit, and also to stop it. So they want to get their play set because they only got a minute and a half to get something going with their offense.
You know, we talked about Lake Catholic and the youngest of that backfield. Jim Ross is the senior. He's sort of the glue to this. But you got Willie Beers, who's a sophomore. You got Greg Turk, who's a sophomore. They bring in Menke also, and he's only a junior. So, you know, they've got some awful young ball players in that backfield.
Not only that, but out on the far side with the flanker, they have some men coming in there. Chenille, number 33, another year to go. Fiegler's only 11th grader. Brian Kane, a junior. So they're mixing them in with some of the seniors they have left. They have a little bit of seasoning from last year's club, and they should only get better as the season goes on.
Well, it's nice to be a first-year head coach and realize you got them coming back. And there's a potential Panther. They take their sports seriously here at Elyria Catholic. Good in all sports.
They do have
baseball,
a well-rounded
football,
program.
basketball. Kicking will be Turk. Nope, they switch kickers on me again. Good high kick. This one is taken by Plaz, and he has no place to go. That was Pine doing the punting.
Mike, there's a flag on the play. Wait and see if it took place after the catch or in the loose ball. It'll make a difference in possession.
It sure will. Clipping, it had to be after the catch. That'll set him back. Clock is stopped with 1:48 to go. Remember, stay with us at halftime. We're going to give you a great halftime performance by the marching bands. And then we'll also have our scoreboard for you.
Mike, as they were coming in there, you could see quarterback David Kroll, number 10, hand the official a ball. They change balls. They're allowed to do that as long as it's an authorized, standardized ball from the Ohio High School Athletic Association. But you can use it as long as you start with it on your offensive series.
On green, first down.
First down, and it's going to be from Elyria Catholic's 17-yard line with 1:48 to go. So we're talking about 83 yards in 1:48, but I'll tell you what, Kroll's got the arm, and no, he's just going to run out the clock. He gets to the 20, maybe a little bit over. Clock is still running. So I guess Coach Fred Schmitz, must have been an exciting thing for him. I said that they were the champions 2 years in a row, the Division III. Fred Schmitz was his first year's head coach last year, and of course won it all. That was when Coach Rattay, who went to Euclid for 1 year, did a nice job there, and now is coaching down in sunny Arizona. 2nd and 6. And they hand off to their fullback, Gary Plaz. He plows all the way to the 25. And timeout is going to be called by Lake Catholic. That stops the clock, 54 seconds. And I guess they feel that they can hold him. But it's going to be a third, maybe a yard. So that's the first timeout called by Lake Catholic. Now, Kroll is 1 for 5. Only 7 yards. He doesn't throw very much. When he does, it's usually on rollouts, but he's tough to defend because he will roll out, he'll run the option, and he can throw. On the other side, Ross is 1 for 4 for 9 yards, but he threw 2 interceptions.
Really, 2 interceptions, so passing hasn't been a factor at all in the first 2 quarters of football, unless something happens here, which I'm sure will not be on this play. They'd like to just get a first down, and they want to go for 1 strike they can. The other team, of course, calling a timeout, hope they stop and force a punting situation, get something happening on defense, the possibility of a play or 2 to go. Out there talking to his defense is the head coach, John Gibbons, been the defensive coordinator, likes to work with the defense. Now the head coach has a lot of experience over at Cathedral Latin, out of Chenelle High School, did some work at Carroll, been around, veteran of these football wars.
3rd and about a yard. And Kroll could have gotten it. I thought he was stopped, but he kept those legs churning. He may have picked up enough for the first down. Yeah, they may have to bring the chains out. Cochran, along with Longcar, tried to stop him, but the officials call a referee's timeout, and they'll bring out the chains to see if they've got it. The clock now is stopped with 50 seconds to go. I'll tell you what, gang, you can watch the measurement here and see how close it is, but they get enough for the first down. But I'm going to take this opportunity before halftime to say to our engineers, we've gotten some new equipment in our remote truck. It was a magnificent vehicle then, and it's even so much better now with a new Chiron generator and a number of other things. And 16-hour days was not uncommon. The entire week after last Friday's ball game, they revamped that entire truck. And we turned around with Don Mitchell and his entire crew, and we're doing a ball game here a week later. Congratulations to them. There is not there's our truck. There is not a better engineering and production crew in this whole darn country. And handoff goes off to Plas, and he's just burning out the clock. There's not any crew that could put that thing together and make all those changes for the better, so that we'll have a better remote truck and be able to do so many more different things for you. But from all of you, gang, congratulations. We've got 7 seconds to go. Time will run out. There's not enough time for them to get off another play, so that ends the first half of play with this score. Elyria Catholic 7 and Lake Catholic 7. And we'll be back right after this. Cougars are all tied up at 7. And starting the second half, Lake Catholic will receive. They'll be to the south, which is to your right. Back deep for Lake Catholic will be Willie Beers, number 24, and Brian Kane, number 32. And getting ready to kick for them will be, for Elyria Catholic, will be Chris Yeager. Well, they do switch their kickers around here for Elyria Catholic. And the second half is underway. All tied up. Again, a very, very short kick. Just, yo-ho! Picking that one up was the captain linebacker, Tom Milot. And no, everyone left him alone, and he gets the ball out to about the 47. Good headsy football.
I didn't think he was going to move with that ball, but he did. And we can look at some of the halftime stats for Elyria. 6 first downs to 4. Not much difference there in the rushing, passing, either team much going there. Time of possession, quite a difference for Elyria.
So first down for Lake Catholic. First series in the second half goes to the fullback, Menke. And the junior runs right into Paul Boyko, another junior, number 76 defensively for the Elyria Catholic Panthers. Offensively, we're still looking at Jim Ross at quarterback. John Menke, the junior, will be a tailback along with Willie Beers. They'll be spelling each other. Greg Turk will be the fullback, and then Patriarca will be the flanker. Pine, McNulty, Matola, Kube, Willoughby, Errol Smith, and Fitzgerald will be the split end. That's the offensive lineup. Although now they have Rick Fiegler at the slot. Going for the deep one. Almost grabbing that one was Brian Pine, and he had Jeff Hoagland beat by about 4 or 5 yards. Well, that was a lot of green in the air. It was about 45 yards in the air.
The far side of the field, Brian Pine lines up your flanker. Your wide out is to the close side of the field, going deep. A nice long pass by Jim Ross, just a little bit over to the sideline. Brian made a nice dive, couldn't come up with it. A big third down.
So it's a 3rd and 9 now for the Cougars. And on a draw play, and that didn't fool anyone. Chris Guy right there. Willie Beers, the tailback, took the handoff on the draw. And good defense by the Panthers of Elyria Catholic. That'll bring up a 4th and 9. The ball spotted on the Lake Catholic 44. Hodge will be deep. Blas and also Klingshirn. Turk will be doing the punting. Correction, that is Brian Pine. And it goes to the up man. He catches it at the 34, and he's brought down very quickly. That was Clinchern.
See some dangerous plays on these punts that are coming down the field. Now this time on the punt coming down the far side, and the up man takes the kick from left-footed Brian Pine. Now, it kind of reaches out for it here. Really, it's not good position because the defender was right down there. Number 54, Lonchar making the tackle.
Well, they got another kicker. That was Brewer, Brian, the sophomore, kicked at number 89. No, I'm sorry, you're right. It was Pine. It was Pine. My air. That was Plas. Fullback runs right into Restitar. Pick up of, let's call it 4. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6. The ball now at Elyria Catholic's 38. Defensively, Restitar, Longcar, Bala, and Willoughby are the up front men. We'll give you the linebackers after this play. In motion goes Plas. Crow on the option, cuts it inside, gets the first down, is driven out of bounds as he crosses the 45. Driving him out was Tom Mayat. He runs right into Elyria Catholic bench.
To do with a short slot coming down. Now you'll see 42 Chiono coming down. He's going to take right here. He's going to take the deep back. He was really out to the outside. Quarterback Dave Kroll just went on the inside. No one picked him up. Another good play.
The linebackers for Lake Catholic will be Kapostashi, Cochran, Mayat, and Errol Smith. The corners are Chiano, DiCello, and Martin is the safety. This is Plas, fullback, goes off the left side, and he picks up of about 4. Chris Bala on the stop, along with, again, the captain, Tom Milat. 2-year starter for Lake Catholic, a senior. In 84, he's a defensive end, and they brought him in now as a linebacker. 2nd and 7. Again, Plas gets the call. May have picked up a yard, and again, Milat is just must be keying on him because he was right there to stop him.
Well, they're moving up now behind Tom Solak, number 7, that slot back we talked about, the extra blocker that they have in there. It's almost like an unbalanced sometimes because you got an extra man in there at the point of attack. They've been going to that power now 2 out of the last 3 offensive sets.
It'll be a 3rd and 6. A long 6 with 8:23 to go. 3rd quarter, all tied up at 7. And we've got the twin backs, and it's going to be a flag. It could be delay a game, and it is against the Panthers of Elyria Catholic. So that'll take them all the way back to the 44. There again is our end zone camera. We want to thank the Atlas Electrical Construction Incorporated, Charles Myers, the vice president, and also
Dead
his
ball
brother.
foul, delay a game, green.
And so with that man left, we're able to get our camera up high and get those end zone shots, which are just super for replays. So thanks again to Chuck Myers and his brother. So 8:13 to go in the quarter. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 now. Cole gets it away, completes it for a first down. He drew a crowd, but gets inside the 40. Chiano, along with Milat and Martin there defending, but pulling it in was the tight end, Bob Franz.
Quick, sharp completion from the quarterback, going to his left with the unbalanced side. Throwing down now to Bob Franz, who's coming out there. It's really a nice, quick hitting pass. Oh, there's a little extra touch there. He's down.
That was Cochran on that hit, and that is Franz's first reception. And this one goes to Plas, the fullback. He may have picked up a yard. Bob DiCello, the senior, number 20, in on that stop. And he picked up a couple, let's call it 2. Let's make it 2nd and 8. Down to 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. All tied up at 7. But Elyria Catholic moving. They took over this drive on their own 34. Pitchback goes to Hodge. He can get outside. He's got some speed. And Hill just shy of a first down. Cochran finally forced him out, but he picked up about 6 on that one.
And strong side to the right, quarterback coming down, immediately pitches out, as she had to Corey Hodge, the outside back, coming across, got a couple extra yards, some good blocking in there, and they moved Palmer over that strong side, adds that extra blocker in there at 254 pounds.
Well, Corey Hodge, a sophomore. 3rd and 2. Fullback, and no, does not make it. Gets close to the 30. His forward progress probably took him just inside the 30. That'll make it about a yard short. Bala there, closing up that hole immediately with help from Milot and Aerosmith. And we have an injured Cougar. Oh, Plaus now 19 carries, 49 yards, 12 for Hodge and 24.
Quarterback in, tailback, 43 Plaus that time coming up. Can pick up a yard, is down, and on this drive again, Elyria Catholic continuing that ball. In that first half, they had 39 plays for Lake Catholic's 20, so quite a difference there. That was the big difference in the stat with our 7-7 score. The end of the first quarter, Lake Catholic, nothing on the board. Elyria Catholic, 7. They scored in the first quarter with 5:46 remaining in the first quarter, and a short run by the quarterback, Dave Quill, about 6 yards, 6-0. The extra point was good. A score stood up 7-0 at the end of the quarter. But at 9:33 of the second quarter, Beers, a 1-yard run, score then 7-6 with BC up on top. Extra point good. We had a 7-7 ball game, and that's the way it ended up at halftime.
That was Tom Milot, who, the 2-year starter, number 52, who was injured in that play. You probably saw him in that tackle on that instant replay. The senior, 5'11", 180 pounds, good student in the classroom, too. Carries about a B average. He leaves the lineup for Lake Catholic. Situation here when Elyria breaks that huddle will be a 4th and a yard. Just inside. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. That's Plaus in motion. And great defensive play, fumbling the ball, but great play by Lou Longcar, who came in and sacked Dave Kroll.
Coming down the line, yeah, there it is. You're right, Mike. Number 54. He just came right through. There wasn't a block on him. Longcar just drove the quarterback deep. Didn't have a chance. He tried to hold on to it without the pitch. Lost it, obtained it, but again, they turn it over.
So that means that the Cougars will take over on downs from their own 36. This goes to number 34. Oh, it was Meinke or Beers? That was Willie Beers, the sophomore. Susserstek in on the stop, but Lake Catholic uses 9 men. 4 different flankers, 3 different tailbacks, and they've got 2 fullbacks. It's hard to keep track who's in the lineup. Number 32 now, Kane is the flanker, far side of the field. And offsides you saw against Lake Catholic.
Even though the play got started, I think most of our followers realize that that is going to be dead ball foul. Whistle blows. Nothing can take place on that play.
Which means they'll get the down over again. So that still will make it a 2nd down, but they'll chalk off 5 yards. It was 2nd and 3. Now it'll be 2nd and 8. The ball goes back all the way to 38.
Foul. Illegal procedure on White. 2nd down.
Just inside, 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Cougars of Lake Catholic come in 1-1. They lost to St. Ignatius and beat Erie McDowell last week, so they're 1-1 in the season. They're all tied up here. And almost intercepted. It was intended, that one, for John Peters on a very short pass, but Jim Sussersek right there to break it up.
A nice linebacking play. Procassini, number 66, came across. He almost got his hand on it. Came in, came back out into the zone defense. They are really smooth back there with these linebackers for Elyria Catholic.
I'll tell you, Sustasek is only a junior, Brian. 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's been a 2-year starter. He was a defensive end on last year's state championship team. It's going to be a 3rd now and 8 for Lake Catholic. Ross, plenty of time, goes back deep, gets it across, and in and out of the hands of Brian Pine, but a flag is dropped.
Going to be against the defense.
Preliminary call you see is holding against the defense.
We see it, it's about 8 yards into the defensive backfield, but of course we're looking at quarterback Jim Ross now looking for his target. Brian Pine over on the left side, firing it in there. They don't make a completion there, but the penalty took place about 8 yards off of the ball and a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage.
There's an awful lot of zip on that one, wasn't there?
He really fires it. He's really not connecting that well. The passing game, 1 out of 6, but only 1 out of 7, I think, on the other side, or 2 out of 6 on the other side.
Yep. Well, it's 5 yards they pick up, and it's close to the 1st down.
Holding on Green. It's going to be 1st down.
Well, that penalty gives them a 1st down. That's a 10-yarder on a hold. And they got a slot and an end split, near side. Ball shy by midfield. This is Beers. Whoa, he cut down hard for a loss of about a yard. That was Greg Kemp on that stop, along with the nose guard, Greg Decker.
Good penetration in there on the right tackle. Paul Boyko, number 76, coming across. He really got blocked out of the play, but also on the stop. A nice defensive play on the far side of the field.
Again, you see the slot. That's Kane, along with Fitzgerald. In motion comes Beers. Flat pass over to Fitzgerald. Another pass. Oh, the man slips down and no interception. Slipping down was Brian Pine. Great pass by Beers. Jeff Hogan almost intercepted as Pine goes down. Ooh.
Nice play on it again.
Sure was.
2 men out. They have a flanker, a wide out, put a man in motion coming out. They kind of pick off here. The one man, the big guy, drops back, got the ball, and that time they threw a pass off it. They used that in the 2nd quarter, picked up some yardage with a good block on the corner. This time it had the pass advantage. All that, and it's just back for another down.
Well, Greg Fitzgerald, the split in now, is 0 for 1 in the passing department. They've got Figler in now as a split end. Across the middle, completion, great grab by Brian Pine. Chris Guy was going to try and break it up, but he missed the ball. Nice catch by Pine.
Jim Ross, the quarterback, really got out here now. He's dropping straight back. You see him moving now because he has to, because Greg Kemp coming up with other linebackers in here. Fired a nice pass. Mike talked about how nice he was throwing the ball. Completed to his tight end, number 89, Brian Pine.
But they've got a 4th and 2 at the 45, Elyria Catholic. They're going back to kick. That's Brian Pine will punt. Long snaps will be Joe Koynock for Lake Catholic. Good kick. Plaza's alone as a receiver, gets inside the 10 and is downed at the 9. That's the worst field position Elyria Catholic's had in the whole ball game after that 32-yard punt. So they'll take over. 1st down from their own 9. Clock showing now 4 minutes and 1 second remaining. 3rd quarter. It's all tied up at 7. This one goes to Gary Plus. Boy, it takes 2 to bring him down. 52 is Milot, who had to help bring him down, but he is a powerful runner. 5'9", 164 pounds, really built. I'll tell you, he is some kind of football player for just 5'9".
He fires up there so quick. The quarterback has that turn and just gets the ball to him. He's right behind the blockers immediately.
That's pitch back goes to Hodge. Tries to cut outside. Good defensive play by Brian Cochran. Got him just by the ankles and tripped him up at the last second, or else he could have turned that corner. So Cochran at 5'10", 185 pounds. Good student at Castleton, about a 3.2 average. Also a two-sport man, football and wrestling. Clock is running, 2:46. Elyria Catholic now has a 3rd and 8. And they're in a power eye. Kroll tries to throw, gets it away, first down. Hauling this one in is Bob Franz. Chiano and Milot were there, but Franz pulls that one in. That's Franz's 2nd reception.
Nice gutsy call when it works. Quarterback throwing that ball out to Bob Franz out in the wide man on the corner. Took a couple good licks in there, but held on to that ball, and they got him out of the hole. First down, a little bit of room now for that offense to operate.
Well, Kroll rolls out very well. He's right-handed. He's rolling out to the left and throwing, and that's a typical thing to do. As Plaz gets the call, he crosses the 25, and Joe Murray, who comes in off the bench and makes that stop. He'll pick up about a yard, so that'll be a 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. We're down just inside, 2 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. And the option, quarterback Kroll, and as he hit, as he picked up after picking up 2 yards by Lou Longcar. Longcar having a great game, along with the linebackers, particularly Cochran and Milot. We have Longcar now with 3 solo tackles and 1 sack. It'll be a 3rd and 8. Minute 10 to go, 3rd quarter. Kroll probably take to the air. In motion goes Plaz, the fullback. He looks for Plaz, goes deep, another reception, another first down, and bouncing off his tacklers was Bob Franz. Franz now 2 receptions, well, in fact, all 3 in this quarter.
I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the replay, but quarterback Dave Kroll, he's really looking for Gary Plaz. He looked that way and then just fired, knew just where his man Bob Franz would be on the pattern. Franz must have ran the perfect cut on the play because he connected Kroll to Franz, a first down.
You saw him bounce off Chiano, but another big first down for Elyria Catholic as we're running it down on time here in the 3rd quarter. Another throw, completes this one again to Bob Franz. Kapostashi, the linebacker, was playing him a little soft, hit him just as the ball got there, but he hung on. So Bob Franz with another reception. The 2-year starter at 6'3", 205 makes a nice target for Dave Kroll. He had 3 receptions coming into this game, and in this game now he has 4 for a total of 59 yards. The longest is 23. 2nd and 3, 21 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The option run by Dave Kroll, the quarterback, and John Arrowsmith, the linebacker, is there to chop him down. A couple of yards shy of the first down as time will run down. We're down to the final 5 seconds of this 3rd quarter. And the 3rd quarter will end with the score: Elyria Catholic 7 and Lake Catholic 7. We're back at the Knights of Columbus Field in Elyria, Ohio, where Elyria Catholic is on the move. They started this drive on their own 9-yard line. Now they're sitting on Lake Catholic's 44, and they've got a 3rd and let's call it 3. All tied up at 7.
I think the important thing is the arm of Dave Kroll is really getting loose. He's 5 of 9, 66 yards, spreading it around, but Bob Franz, number 80 now, has 4 receptions for 59 yards, so he's been the big target. That's where he's going. Usually works on the left end side.
Well, the defense for Lake Catholic is going to have to tighten up. Now remember, if it's all tied up at the end of regulation, the new Ohio High School Athletic Association rules are they'll go to an overtime. The stacked die, hand is the fullback, Gary Plaz. About a yard shy of a first down. Again, Longcar in on the stop.
Like that defense of Lake Catholic has really been out on that field. There's been 57 plays in 3 quarters for Elyria Catholic for 102 yards on the ground, 66 in the air for their total of 168. They've had possession time 23 minutes and 30 seconds. For Lake Catholic, only 30 offensive plays, 89 rushing, 17 passing for their 106 and 12.5 minutes. So really that defense has been out on that field.
They're going to start punting. It's a 4th and about a yard, and they're going to kick it away. Good high kick. That one by Yeager, and it goes out of bounds at about the 8. So the Cougars are going to find themselves in terrible field position. The backs right against the end zone. 34-yard punt by Yeager. Now let's see what the offense the Cougars can do. The official spot the ball at the 9. First down. Patriarca, the flanker, to the near side. Give this one to the running back. And boy, there's nothing but Panthers there to stop him. That was Willie Beers, the sophomore tailback. Patriarca goes out. In comes Kane for Lake Catholic.
Like the officials are calling an official's timeout. Procassini, number 66, captain and linebacker, got hurt on the play. Official looked at him, but he got up, he went back, he tried to lose himself in the defensive huddle, but the official picked him out, called timeout, let the coaches come out, make sure he's okay.
Yep. So we got 50, 80, 90, about 100 and some yards on the ground for Elyria Catholic, as opposed to 80, about 90 yards for Lake Catholic. But the passing department is a big difference. There's about 50 yards difference, 66, 5 for 9 for Kroll, and only 17 yards on 2 for 7 for Ross.
The difference there with the 4th quarter now, you think that ball would be in the air, because right now the Cougars aren't going to be able to do much with their offense and getting it up.
Good sized crowd on a night. The temperature is down about 50 now. We started up at 58 with the ball game, and the sun went down, and now we're close to low 50s. But if they, Brian Procassini, the senior middle or inside linebacker, is being carried off the field now, as you see. 5'11", 195 pound, one of the captain's 2-year starters. Good wrestler as well. Tough to lose a guy like him, who is a leader, is one of the linebackers. Bob West, number 5, now goes in for Procassini. Let's see if they go try and pick on the right side of that line. They've got Chenille in at the flanker, the near side. This one, handoff to Menke, and Menke gets about 3 yards short of a first down as he crosses the 15. They'll spot it at a 16 or 17 yard line. Ambrosio is in on the stop along with Brad Hoagland. Big 3rd and a couple for the Cougars. Patriarca is in at flanker, near side. Fullback will be Menke. And the call goes to Beers. No option, Jim Ross. And he gets the first down. Great fake inside on the handoff to Willie Beers. Ross keeps it, rolls out to the right and picks up enough for the first down, but a flag is down.
There's a flag on the play. And where it's at, it's going to be against the offense at least most of the time. He just took off on his own right there. Jim Ross to the outside, a little move, went to the outside, picked up a first down, but wait a minute, there's a flag.
And it's a holding call against Lake Catholic.
And that takes care of that run. Referee explaining the option.
And that is to Chris Guy, the captain. 3 sport men, wrestling, baseball, and football. Guy with 2 solos and 1 interception for his efforts today.
I have holding on White. It'll be 3rd down.
So it's a 3rd down and 9. They've got to get to about the 19. Ball is at the 9.
Tough play call right here.
Well, Ross has not been too successful in the air.
And you've got a tie game. Make it too fancy.
We've got Chenille in at the flanker, near side. A flag, it could be delay. No, it's too early for that. Oh, apparently it is.
Chin strap.
Is that what they're calling it? A chin strap against someone didn't have the chin strap snapped?
Well, the call isn't that. It's for an equipment call. We're going to find out it's an equipment call.
Ball foul. Failure to wear proper equipment. It'll be 3rd down.
Failure to wear proper equipment.
Well, when a range hit pours, doesn't it? You know, holding at 10 to get the equipment 5 yards. And that puts him right now at the 5-yard line. Just in the, about close between the 4 and the 5. Well, that means that Ross is going to have to, he doesn't have to throw. He could just run the play and see what can happen. They're going to draw and then punt it out of there. On the option, quarterback Ross. He's got the 1st down as he crosses the 20. Great call. Klinkshern finally brought him down, but not until Jim Ross gets a big 1st down.
Boy, isn't that something? After they have a 1st down, they get a penalty for holding. They get a call with a chin strap, and now the quarterback came back pretty much what he did 2 plays ago when we had some action, picked up a 1st down on it. It's got to give them a lot of excitement in their offense after 2 devastating penalties.
Well, big 1st down with 9:55 to go in the game, and it's all tied up at 7. Lake Catholic with the ball. Got out of that hole they were in. This is Beers. And he may have picked up 2. Good pursuit, though, by Elyria Catholic. Decker in on that, along with the Bob West, who's in as a linebacker, replacing Procassini, who went out with an injury. It's going to be a 2nd and 7 for Lake Catholic. This one goes to Menke. Just no place to run. They may have lost a yard on that one. They get to the 22. It's going to be a big 3rd down call again for the Cougars. John Gibbons, 1st-year head coach. And the defense really hyped up and pumped up down there for Elyria Catholic. Wade now in for Bob West, who was in for Procassini. Defensively for Elyria Catholic. Ross, screen pass, this one to Beers. And they read that beautifully. Bob Zidek read that screen, and boy, the defense
he's happy with
up.
what he did on that play, and he should be, because it looked like it was set up. They were coming now. They're moving on fast from the front. You can see now they let the men slip by. They're trying to have a dump screen over the middle to their tailback. In this case, it's Willie Beers, 24. Just couldn't take a step because of the linebacking play, and the left tackle, Rob Zidek, making the stop.
Brian Pine is back and ready to punt. Procassini back in the lineup now for Elyria Catholic. Going to be a good high kick, but won't be very far. Pulling that one in was Klinkshern, and he is brought down at about the 49 by Chris Matola. So Elyria Catholic great field position at their own 48, we'll call it. That 31-yard punt. Well, let's see if Elyria Catholic can take advantage of this position. Crow, the quarterback, Hodge, the tailback, Gary Plaz is the fullback, and Plaz gets the call, and Chris Bala just body slams him. And Tom Solak is the slot back for the Panthers. Franz will be the tight end, Richards will be the split. Second and 10. 7 minutes remaining in the game, all tied up at 7. Option by the quarterback, no place to go. Great defensive play by Murray, who grabbed him, and Longcar comes up and makes the second hit. So Dave Kroll not too successful on those option plays. In this series, still no gain, makes it 3rd and 10. 12, Schuler is the end, split, far side. Crow looks, gets it away, completes it shy of a first down at the Lake Catholic 43. Pulling that one in was Bob Franz again. That's his 5th reception of the game. Cochran was there, but not soon enough until the completion.
Franz coming over from the left side is just coming down about 8 yards and across, like a little bit more for the first down, but the defense right on him now. It's 4th and 2. A lot of excitement generated for the fans over here because of that 4th and 2, and here they go.
They're going to try it. 4th and 2. See if they give Plaz the call or Hodge. Plaz gets the call in the first down as he gets close to the 40. Mylod and Bala there, but Gary Plaz. Good speed, but power football.
Good defense by Lake Catholic. The first 2 running plays, they stopped, they shut them down. Then again, the nice passing by Kroll to Franz, number 80, getting him close to the first down. Hard to contain Gary Plaz when you only have 2 yards to go, picking up a first down. Cougars still have to be out there on defense.
Goal now is 6 of 10. 5 of those to Franz. 1 to Hodge. This is Hodge. Cuts to the outside. He gets close to the 35. And now over with great second effort. Gets inside the 35-yard line. They'll spot it at the 33 or close to it.
The replay, the right side now is a strong side with the overload to the right, but the slot back was left, and that's who Jory Hodge ran up behind. That's number 7. You just see getting up one, take another block at it. Tom Solak.
5:13 to go in the ball game. All tied up at 7, but on the move, Elyria Catholic. Plaz gets the call again. Big fullback is close to a first down. Longcar is there, and he may be about a foot short of a first down. The defense for the Cougars of Lake Catholic have really got to tighten down here because the time is running out.
Looks like about the same play that they picked up on the first down, just a quick slant between right guard and right tackle.
Now it becomes a game of power football. Elyria Catholic only throws when they have to. This goes again, fullback, Plaz, first down. He gets inside the 30. They're just moving it on the ground. You mentioned how much time Lake Catholic's defense has been on that field, and I think they're just starting to feel it now. They're wearing them down. The offensive line of Palmer, Rothgary, Hamoki, Revelinski, Carmen, moving out the defensive line of Lake Catholic. Plaz again, gets a couple.
Boy, they're coming at you with just power football. It's unbalanced right. It's a stacked I formation up tight with a blocking back moving out, just like another lineman in there, off to the strong side. The next man is Gary Plaz, number 43. They give him the ball. He drives with it, picking up 2-3 yards at a crack. Not quite what they'd like off of it, but really moving now, moving it for the Panthers against the Cougars.
Plaz now with 27 carries, 66 yards. It's a 2nd and 8. Hodge, just great second effort as he crosses the 25. He was hit at about the 28 and just rolled forward until he gets right to the 25 or just inside. 3:44 to go. Remember, if it's a tie at the end of regulation, each team will have 4 cracks from the 20-yard line.
The last time they're in the same position, they had pretty good position now. They stopped the 2 running plays. They came with a pass to Franz. Let's see the call.
3rd and 7. Option by Crow, and he does not make the first down. Restatar is there, the defensive end. He played that well. That brings up a 4th down.
Oh boy, it's a distance.
And I guess they're not going to take any chances. They're going to punt it. Will they? Field goal at the from the 30. Trying this one is Greg Kemp. So that's 40-yard field goal, left-footed kicker. It is up and short. He had the direction. It falls short. The clock is stopped with 2:44 to go in the game, and Lake Catholic will take over on downs.
The officials time out on the field. There's a member of the Lake Catholic defense.
That's Lou Longcar, Brian, senior, number 54.
That was a long distance for the field goal with the 4th down. Looking at him, it was time to go for it. They moved down nice. But again, on the first 2 running plays, nice defense by the Cougars in stopping it. Then on that 3rd down, they tried that quarterback option to the wide side, which they had success with in the first half, but good defense coming down the line, stopping that, and then the gamble. Have to go with the field goal. The big left-footed kicker had pretty good oomph on it, just a little bit short. A lot of time on that clock, anything going to happen.
Thing, if that would have been long enough, it'll split the uprights.
He had it.
Well, as I said, again, let's just go over very quickly the new regulations this year. They used to have the overtime in playoffs. This year they brought it down to all games. It's tied at the end, and you see Longcar leading the field under his own power. Each get a turn starting at the 20. They will both get the same side of the field, and you try and score from the 20. You cannot get a first down. You get 4 cracks at it. If you want to try a field goal, that's entirely up to you. The other team then gets 4 cracks from the 20. And each will have equal number of tries. Big hole opens up for Menke. Susterstack closes it up after a 2-yard gain.
Quarterback spinning out. It's a trap play to the inside. They really haven't run that much. They've been mostly going up with a much shorter type of offense. It was a wide spin trying to get a trap opening up the back through the middle.
Running in is Brian Kane, the flanker for Lake Catholic. The end split will be Greg Fitzgerald. Far side, in the slot will be Kane. 2nd and 8. Ross looking. Hangs on, gets the first down by about a foot, where Paul Boyko had to chase him down. But Jim Ross runs well.
He's had a nice 4th quarter on the play. Now he really is looking now. It's a bootleg to the opposite side. He's looking for his man, knowing there. I was just about ready to yell, put that ball away, because he almost tripped. See him holding that ball. Get it away, Jim. He did just in time. Nice run on the play.
Lake Catholic is all the way to their 31-yard line. The clock is showing 1:51. First down. Cougars have a long way to go. 69 yards. Or do you play for the overtime? Ross gets it away. Overthrows Petriarca. The flanker, the senior. He's only 5'8", and he was overthrown. Klingshirn, the Panther, was back there defensively.
Try to get him in a down and out to the wide side of the field. With him was Craig Fitzgerald. Just flew down the field about 50 yards. Patriarca coming down about 15 and cutting over to the sideline. Not much on the pass.
1:36 to go. Clock is stopped on the incompleted pass. Fitzgerald, who's got good hands and runs good routes to split in, is to the short side of the field. Ross, fake, now going deep. Fitzgerald. No interference, and the coaches from Lake Catholic are up in arms. Fitzgerald half tripped over Brad Hoagland running the pattern, but it was a pump fake by Ross as Fitzgerald started a short hook, then he took off downfield. He had his man beat, but overthrown. Now 1:29 to go. Lake Catholic's got a 3rd and 10.
You get a chance to see the replay. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, there was the pump and the fake, and then Ross letting go for all he could down the sideline. You could see just the stutter step, everyone took place right against the side.
Fitzgerald now to the wide side. Patriarch the slot to the wide side. Great defensive play by Jim Sustasek. The junior, 6'1", 175, number 40. That's 2-year starter, good student in the classroom and an all-around athlete. Plays 3 sports, grabbed the jersey of Jim Ross and wrestled him down. Timeout now called by Elyria Catholic. The clock showing 1:16 to go.
Okay, quarterback Ross coming out now on the rollout. You can see there's a blocker right here in front of him, but Susterstick, number 40, just came across, reached across the blocker, held on enough with the spinning Jim Ross to put him down and stop the play, which obviously was going to be the long pass.
Well, Susterstick did a good job, because defending on that was the captain, John Willoughby, number 62, a 2-year starter. Boy, he's a good kid in the classroom, too. Carries a 3.9 average, and he's 12th out of 302 students in the senior class. And he's also, for the last 2 years, has been a student government president. So
it's doing it all.
Does it all. Well, clock now, 1:16. That's all the time remains in regulation. It's going to be a 4th and 20 for the Cougars of Lake Catholic. And it looks like the Panthers of Elyria Catholic will end up in good field position. Running back, ready to receive the punt, is Gary Plaz. He'll be standing at about his own 44. Punting will be Brian Pine. Now they send back 3 men. Haas and Klingshern. Good high kick, good hang time. Plaz takes it at the 40, and he's brought down at the 45 and brought down at the 44. Koinak, number 82, a sophomore, brought down Plaz. In fact, the officials will spot it at the 43. 32-yard punt, but the hang time was so important.
Here we go. Quarterback Dave Kroll leading the Panthers out.
Plaz comes out. Kroll throws. Intercepted at the 45. Lake Catholic takes over. Bob DiCello, the senior, number 20, and he is being pounded to death.
Hope he doesn't have to go in.
Boy, I'd rather not intercept.
Interception over on the close side of the field, trying to shake it loose right on the sideline. So an immediate turnover after the punt. Only one offensive play for the team from Elyria Catholic. The replay now as we watch quarterback going back. I looked to the right, but went to the close side, the short side of the field.
I think he was going for Bob Franz, overthrew him. And
He really did overthrow it because the deep man just came up, caught it, cradled it, went down.
Big break now for the Cougars, but they only have 37 seconds and the clock is running. End split is a sophomore, Joe Koinak. Incomplete. Intended that one for Fitzgerald. I'll tell you, that secondary for Elyria Catholic is doing a good job. You don't see many receivers open. That stops the clock with 23 seconds to go in regulation. It's all tied up at 7. We may have our first overtime game of the year.
It looks that way because now the defense is just going to go back. You've got deep men and the halfbacks are about 18 yards deep. It's going to be awful hard to get behind them.
Right side of the field towards us. They're going to the short side. And completing that one at the 41 was Jim Ross. Hauling that one in was Fitzgerald. The split end. Brad Hoagland was there to bring him down immediately. Clock now shows 17 seconds to go. It's a first down. The clock is stopped.
And also timeout
by Elyria Catholic. That is
Lake Catholic.
Or Lake Catholic, I'm sorry. And that is their first timeout. So that means they got 2 remaining. and they're into Elyria Catholic's territory at the 44. So Kroll was 6 of 11 at 74 yards, and he threw his one interception in what an inopportune time, if there ever is an opportune time. Overthrows his receiver and right into the hands of the cello for Lake Catholic. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Ball spotted on the 44. 17 seconds to go in regulation. It's all tied up at 7. Patriarca is the flanker. Ziegler and Patriarca are in. They're the wide and slot backs. Ross, time, goes, completes it! And a flag is going to be dropped as he completes it inside the 30. Boy, if this is a 15-yarder, Fitzgerald pulls it in.
Yes, it is, Mike.
Personal foul against Elyria Catholic, a big one.
Here's the play. Ross going back now. He just had everybody flying down deep, but Greg Fitzgerald came across, went underneath the defense, caught the pass. He's down. Now you're going to see what takes place on here, and the flags go down. It will be against defensive team. In this case, it's Elyria Catholic. We're going to tack some on there beside the first down, getting him down close, and of course, it's always field goal time.
Of course, the momentum, there wasn't a flagrant foul, but Greg Kemp was called for hitting late.
On red, late hit.
Late hit.
Now that puts them inside the 15, just inside. Well, the clock shows 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there was a timeout also called out there, Mike, by Lake Catholic. The Cougars, even though they had possession of the ball, they call a timeout because they want to get a kicker into the football game.
10 seconds to go. If he kicks it, it'll be about a 33-yarder. The kicker is going to be Rick Sabath, a 5'10" senior. The kick is up. No good. Just shy, went just under. And there's 5 seconds on the clock, and Elyria Catholic got a break.
Completed pass, then the penalty. Little Times came down. We got 2 field goals right here in the waning moments of the football game, each a little bit short.
That'll give the ball at the 20 to Elyria Catholic. They've got 5 seconds in regulation. And they'll go into their stacked die. Falling down was Dave Kroll. That means that the game in regulation is over, and we'll be going to an overtime. Each will get 4 cracks. We'll have a 3-minute break, which is part of the regulation when you go into overtime. Coaches can talk to their teams, entire teams can go to the bench. And so they'll put 3 minutes on the clock and they'll run it down. In regulation again, they will start at the 20. The team will get 4 cracks at attempting to score. They cannot make a first down. Oh, yes, they can. I'm sorry. They can make a first down. And then whoever scores, if no one scores, the other team gets it. Even if they do score, the other team still gets it because each has the same number of opportunities to score.
Not like we saw last Sunday with a sudden death.
Well, sudden death. The pros, they know they can kick field goals.
Right, they do it. They come right down and do it.
The only thing I don't know is there a flip of a coin to see who gets the first crack?
Yes, and then it'll go to the 20.
And then the coaches have the option of saying, give it to them or we'll take it.
Right. It depends on what they think is their defense or the offense is going stronger at the point. Then they'll both do it from the same end of the field.
tell you, I like this tiebreakers. Of course, there are a lot of teams that felt that there are a lot of coaches that feel that no, that there's no sense in tiebreakers. The kids are getting tired. That's when injuries occur. Others feel that's the only way, because if you want to get the playoffs, you got to have the win. Because a tie, you only get half the credits.
Here's the toss.
That is Rolinski for the Panthers, number 64.
You can have the ball, you can be on defense, or you can elect to defend a goal.
You heard it.
You want to be on defense first. Yep. Okay. You have a choice. Which goal would you like to try to get into? Which end zone? You want to go that way? Okay. I don't have a ball. I'm supposed to have, you come this way. You go there. I'm supposed to have a ball. He'll go that way.
Okay, you heard the official explain it. Elyria Catholic had the opportunity to select whether he wanted what goal he wanted to receive, or wanted to be on offense. They decided that their defense could hold. So now Elyria Catholic then has to receive, or Lake Catholic has to be on offense. They have the choice of goal. They've elected the south goal, and that's the goal they're going to try and get into.
I'm glad it's a south goal, because I get a better look at that south goal than the north goal all night.
Oh, you got the best seat in the house, Brian. You got a door to your left. You can go out there.
Couldn't think of a better place to be on a Friday night than a football game, and now one this tight and with our first overtime.
Well, Elyria Catholic lost their first game in an overtime game. They were playing Lorraine Senior, and they went to an overtime, and they lost it 14-7. I guess they want their luck to change. Maybe they started on offense last time. Well, starting on offense, Lake Catholic will have at quarterback Jim Ross. Ross has 4 carries, 17 yards. 16 was his longest, so he's thrown for some losses. Sit on the 20. The end split. Greg Fitzgerald, he's to the far side. Patriarca will be the slot back. Lone setback will be John Menke. So this was the Pine. And Pine gets close to the 10. Klingshern there made the first hit on him. And they get a first down.
Split wide to the right. The way they're going, pick out the man coming across to the short side. He's really just sitting out there. Brian Pine working his way down.
Now, if Lake Catholic gets in 2 plays, they still get, Elyria Catholic gets the 4. This is Willie Beers, and he gets close to the 5. And they'll spot and knows the ball just about touching it. Tom Wade, one of the linebacker substitutes, in for Chris Guy or Brian Procassini, is in on that stop. They spot the ball inside the 5. This is their 3rd down. They have 2 more cracks at scoring. They've got Kane split. Getting to about the 4-yard line. Klingshern really put a hit on Menke. Correction, that was Willie Beers.
And off to the deep back. Well, nice defensive job there. Really, they just couldn't get the block. Menke couldn't come up with the block to spring Willie Beers loose to the left side.
3rd down. Get in here and try for the field goal. That's the choice. Rolling out goes Ross. Hits for a touchdown and gets it. Jim Ross on the option. They're playing the pass. He went in untouched as he headed for the corner. So Lake Catholic gets it, and they lead it now 13-7.
Want to look at this one again if we can get up. Here it is. Fake to the deep man, the tailback coming up, going the outside. They're dropping back. Possibility of a pass play. And went to the far side. Let's go to the pylon on the right side. Jim is out there. The ball is up in the air. 6 on the board.
Point after is no good. It was off to the right. A breath of life for the Panthers of Elyria Catholic. They've got to get it in first. They will go towards the same goal. Kroll is 6 for 11 for 74 yards, 6 for 14 for Ross and 52 yards. 2 interceptions for Ross, but Kroll's only thrown 1. This one goes to Hodge. Goes no place. May have picked up a yard. John Aerosmith, the linebacker, number 53. The junior on the stop. Good in the classroom. Good all-around athlete. Plays right linebacker. The outside.
Signal for the play. Comes in from the sideline. Quarterback Kroll steps back and gets the sign.
See if Kroll wants to take to the air. In motion goes Plus. Looks to Plus. Gets it away. And touchdown! It was tipped off the hands of Milot. Correction, DiCello tipped it up. Plus heads up, turns around, and grabs it, falls into the end zone. And Elyria Catholic now has 13, all tied up at 13. Greg Kemp, number 87, will be trying for the point after and a win. Kick is down, up, and it is good.
It's good.
Elyria Catholic wins it in overtime. And the entire team is going to fall on Greg Kemp. What a disheartening feeling that the Cougars of Lake Catholic have got to have. Did so well, played so well, defended that pass so well. The fates just said that Elyria Catholic was going to win it, apparently.
Tip play on the pass. Wide open. Veteran player Gary Plas down around that football for the completion. Quarterback Dave Kroll rolling out. Here's the fire. Now you're going to see the ball tipped right here. The ball's up for grabs. Down now is Bob France, who was intended for coming across. He was in motion. Was Gary Plas, number 43. High score at that point. And then the extra point is good. 14 on the board for Elyria Catholic. 13 for Lake Catholic.
What an exciting finish to a football game. Heads up, Plus. Great job on the ground. 27 carries, 66 yards. And he had the one completion that was for 19 yards, which gave him the opportunity to go for the point after. So Kroll, 12 carries, 33 yards. Hodge, 25 yards. 121 yards total for Elyria Catholic on the ground, and 93 in the air for a total of 214. Franz came alive with 5 catches in the second half of 67 yards. 1 to Hodge, and again, as I said, 1 to Plas. So just a magnificent effort by Elyria Catholic, but Lake Catholic played a great game. They had 126 on the ground, 52 in the air, a total of 178 yards. Fitzgerald with 3 receptions, Pine with 2, Beers with 1. Beers with 76 yards and 17 carries. Ross 20 yards on 5 carries. And he got that touchdown that almost gave him the game.
Really was. The penalties a factor in the game for Elyria Catholic. They had 6 penalties, and 3 of them the 15 yards, 2 in the holding for 10 yards. 4 penalties for Lake Catholic. 1 7 yards, of course, depending on the spot. Then 3 5-yard penalties. So really a hard-fought game, as you would expect. The score was 7-0 in the first quarter. Elyria Catholic tied up at half, tied up at third, tied up at the final at the end of regulation time. Then we had the exciting 4 downs for each team, and of course the extra point kick was good.
I want to thank a few people. First of all, the Atlas Electrical Construction Incorporated, Charles Chuck Myers and his brother, for the use of their man lift for end zone cameras. That's why we're able to see that replay on the tip and then completion to Plas. Also to Bob Junta, who is the athletic director here, and the entire staff at the field for their fine cooperation. And again, the coaches, most assuredly from Lake Catholic, first-year head coach John Gibbons, whose record now falls to 1-2, and Elyria Catholic's Fred Schmitz, who now in his second year, who was aiming really for a third state championship. Only one school has 3 consecutive championships in the state playoffs, and that's Cincinnati Moeller. What a record, that's a tie, he says. So he now record goes to 2-1. So it's been a great ball game, and for Ken Geis, our statistician, and Dennis Mellick, our spotter, and Brian Powers, this is Mike Massett from Elyria, Ohio, saying good night from all of us at WVIZ Sports. The final score once again, Elyria Catholic 14, Lake Catholic 13.
Telecast of tonight's game was made possible by the Cleveland Browns, who are happy to support Channel 25's coverage of high school football in the greater Cleveland area. The Pepsi-Cola